The Legel Rebels Tour Diary. Brought to you by Westlaw, better results faster. By Total Attorneys, Rebels Welcome. By Hertz. By Sprint. And by Starwood Preferred Guest.
Hey, welcome. It's day one of the tour diary from the Legel Rebels Tour 09. We're back after a very long day on the road in Massachusetts, and now we are in Connecticut at the lovely Four Points Hotel in Meriden. And we wanted to sort of, give you a sense of sort of inside, behind the scenes, what happened today. We started the day by stopping and talking to our first rebel of the tour, Cheryl Connor, who is an academic who's trying to figure out ways in which to make law more holistic, more spiritual, more sort of not like your typical kind of legal profession. She was definitely a very interesting interview, I thought.
Yeah, and one of the things I really liked about her was just how enthusiastic she was and how she welcomed us into her home and, into her property, which was just stunning. It had beautiful woods in the back and just a great scenery.
That was
great
really
setting for the interview.
Really cool, and she was a good interview, I thought. All things
She was great. She had a lot of great examples of ways that U.S. corporations can change. She gave good examples of European corporations that have already implemented cooperative models, a lot of nonprofits and farming communities that have really embraced this sort of not strictly profit-based model. And when Ed kind of said, well, what about the American business mechanism and state laws that talk about the fiduciary duty to shareholders and where does that fall in? She had some good responses.
Yeah, I thought she did. When we started out with her doing her profile, I really kind of thought, this is a little wacky, it's a little bit too much European and not American enough a system. But by the time we got done talking to her, I really got the sense that it could happen here if you had the right kind of company and the right kind of shareholders who wanted to do that kind of, more holistic approach to running a corporation. I thought it was interesting. You can see more if you go to her profile page, where you'll see both her profile and the video that we shot today with her, and you'll also see, special added bonus, you'll see the music, a portion of the music that she has written that is set to the words of the Declaration of Independence and were performed by a choral group at Tanglewood a couple of weeks ago, which is really kind of cool. So a little extra bonus for you in that profile. After that, we hit the road again. Again, we were on the live webcast from the vehicle.
Yeah.
We had people tuning into that, and we hit up the folks at Legal Talk Network. And you and I have both worked with the guy who interviewed us, Bob Ambrosia.
Right, it was great to see Bob again and be able to be in the studio, which apparently they don't have a lot of visitors there.
Yeah, it was really cool. I don't know about you, I'd never been in one of those sort of podcasting studios before. And they had one guy who was piped in remotely, and then Bob was sitting talking to Rachel and I. And I thought the point you made about the kind of feedback we were getting from readers and how that's changing the way we're reporting this project was really pretty cool.
Right, yeah, it's been great. I wrote a lot of the profiles along with Stephanie Ward, our legal affairs reporter who's still in Chicago, and a couple of others before we headed out on the tour, mostly via phone interviews, just a few people who were in Chicago. So as we're going about this process, we're starting to get tweets, Facebook comments, GChat comments, emails from people who are watching us and keeping an eye on what we're doing. And yeah, we've added things to the profiles based on what people have commented. We've responded back. I've changed questions that I'm going to ask based on what people want. Stopped smacking my gum when I was in the front seat. People were watching me in the car. Thank you for that.
That trip to Legal Talk I really thought was neat. And when they're going to post the podcast that we did with them on Tuesday. So when they do that, we'll create a page on legalrebels.com that has the podcast and also has a short interview that we did with Leanne Reeb, who is the president of Legal Talk Network, telling you a little bit about their company, how they are trying to get lawyers to podcast and videocast, and the successes that they've had, which are substantial. We probably shouldn't stop our program today without mentioning the hotel we were in the first night, which was very sweet.
It was nice, very comfortable.
Yeah, boutique trendy
Yeah, there was
hotel.
the Aloft Hotel in Lexington, Massachusetts, which is part of the Starwood hotel chain, which we're staying in Starwood properties all the way along the route for the next 2 weeks. They are obviously one of the sponsors of this project, and they set us up with a nice hotel for the first time. You were talking about the way the bathrooms were set up earlier today.
Yeah, all the clear glass walls, a lot of sun, a lot of light, very concrete, and I don't know, very, very ultra modern. A lot of glass and stainless steel. Very cool.
Gel floor in the elevator.
Gel floor in the elevator. As your weight went on it, you could see the liquid all spread out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of reminded me of W's I've stayed in. I don't know if you've been in
I've
any
never
W's.
stayed in a W.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like a cousin, like a sister, a cousin, a cool cousin to the W.
Yeah, exactly.
Good.
It was neat.
Yeah.
The thing I liked most about it was they had my favorite protein shake at the market, and they had
Me
you
too.
saw this. They had the pool table.
Yeah, they had a pool table and lots of chess sets around.
Yeah.
And in the pool area, they had inflatable volleyball game.
Nice.
So,
Oh, in the bathroom
so if I were
too.
staying longer, I would definitely do that.
In the shower, I forgot to mention, they have their shampoo and body wash in containers on the wall, environmentally friendly, which I appreciated.
Indeed, indeed. Every day during the tour, we're going to have a song of the day from all three of us that we will add to the widget that is on legalrebels.com/tour. And we're going to tell you a little bit about the 3 picks that we have for today. My selection is Unwritten, which most of you may know is the theme song to the MTV show The Hills. Not something you would necessarily think I would watch, but The Hills is actually, and this was confirmed to me by, as you know, a Pulitzer Prize winning journalist. The Hills is a very good piece of storytelling. It is great in a way, journalism. I mean, it's a little bit fake, let's face it, but it's great
A little bit.
journalism. But, you know, it's a song that includes the lines, speak the words on your lips, no one else can speak them for you. And I think that says, you know, what these rebels are doing more than anything else can. You had a little bit older song.
I had a little older song. I picked Nancy Sinatra's "These Boots Are Made for Walkin'," and my favorite line out of that song is, "You keep saying when you ought to be changing," which I think goes right with our remaking the legal profession.
Mm-hmm. And you had a much more contemporary tune.
Yeah. I chose the song Tables and Chairs by Andrew Bird. He's rather an eccentric folk singer of sorts from Chicago, went to Northwestern. But there's a line in the song Tables and Chairs that says, "We're going to live on our wits, throw away survival kits." And I think that's definitely what we're doing on this tour. And I think that's what our rebels are doing too. You know,
Yeah.
getting rid of the status quo and doing what feels right and what the industry needs.
Very cool. Lastly, before we let you go, we wanted to give some shout outs to some of the people we heard from today on the tour, some of the people in the audience. Molly, I think you wanted to start off.
Dan Schwartz, who's one of our profile subjects in the next couple of days, called us out for our boring webcam feed, which, you know, he's probably right, but but I appreciated the comment where he called Ed out for being a bad backseat driver,
Yes.
since I'm the driver.
Yes, you are the driver. And I am a backseat driver. I don't know if you call me bad, but I am a backseat driver. And I just wanted to let you know, Dan, you know, we were scheduled to visit you 2 days from now. We won't be coming. You're off the tour. Who are you going to give a shout out to?
Beth Macing at Freeborn and Peters, who's been recruiting other followers to watch us. Bumped us up from 5 to 11 at one point. Good.
Excellent, excellent. I want to give a shout out to 2 people. One, Dominic Benzavenga, old buddy of mine, also wrote one of the profiles that you'll see later in the tour. Dominic tweeted in that he wanted to hear us play Freebird while we were on tour. I'm sorry, Dominic, it's not that kind of tour, my friend. And lastly, the anonymous reader who said he wanted to find out the route we were taking in Connecticut so that when we passed by, he could drop trow and moon us. We appreciate the thought, and if we see you along the side of the road, we will slow down long enough to slap one of these Legal Rebels tattoos. You want to show the tattoo again? We'll slap a Legal Rebels tattoo on both of your cheeks. So, from us to you, much love. We will see you tomorrow when we will still be in Connecticut, but we'll have seen a second Rebel. So check out the feed and be sure to subscribe to the Twitter feed, which is very active, Twitter.com/Legal Rebels. See you tomorrow.
Thanks.